I ended up going to Antarctica for 7 seasons.
Are you young girl? I am hoping this is not your first time on the ship, do you?
Felt so useless.
But one day when I hula hooped in Antarctica,
Things changed.
Hello everybody! My name is Shiho Sparkle Hooper from Hoopy Life Entertainment. I am originally from Osaka, Japan, but I have lived in Sydney since 2011. And I am a full-time hula hoop performer and instructor. But due to COVID-19, I am pretty much unemployed, so I'm doing these videos. And today, I'll talk about my Antarctica hula hooping adventure story.
So I went to Antarctica for every season between 2012 to 2018. This will be to tell you how I got this job, who I met in Antarctica work, what I did for my Antarctica job, and what hula hoop brought and helped me for my Antarctica work.
So, how did I get Antarctica work? It was purely just luck. In late 2011, I was working at the farm to get second working holiday visa. If you work 88 days in the farm, in Australia you can get second working holiday. That's what I was doing it. And before I went to farm in Sydney, I was working at the office. So my previous colleague in the office, Kyoko, called me one day, said, "Hello Shiho, how are you?" And I said to her, "Pretty good." And then she asked me, "What's your plan after your farm work?" And then I said to her, I'm sure to go back to Sydney for more hula hooping, but other than that, I am not sure. And she said to me, "Are you interested in working Antarctica?" And then I was like, "What? Antarctica? Yes, for sure!" So at that time, the company was looking for someone who can speak Japanese and English for the Japanese passengers. So she thought I'll be a good candidate. So Kyoko introduced me to the company. That's how I got Antarctica work. I guess you have to have a cool friends. So after the farm work, I went back to Japan and then I was packing the things to go to Antarctica. I was packing up 15 hula hoops to take with me to Antarctica. And then my mom saw me, I was packing 15 hula hoops, and then she said, "Shiho, what you doing? Why are you taking the hula hoop? That's not necessary. Are you crazy?" And then I said to my mom, "Mom, hula hoops are necessary for me. Wherever I go, I'll take the hula hoop with me. Hula hoops made me myself. Hula hoops made me special. Hula hoops gives me confidence." So I took 15 hula hoops with me all the way to go to Antarctica. The company actually doesn't provide the hula hoops. I take my own hula hoops for my personal items to Antarctica work. Antarctica is a place where cool, crazy people get together. I met so many cool people in Antarctica. Especially my colleague, the staff member, is very cool. They all have a special skills.
Someone who traveled Antarctica with kayaking, camped and survived in Antarctica for a few weeks. Someone who specialized in researching penguins or whales. Someone who was a worldwide famous photographer. Maybe a doctor, maybe an outdoor specialist. Everyone has a super special skill.
Me? I didn't know what I had. So on the ship, there are a bit less than 100 passengers. And then I traveled to Ushuaia, Argentina. Ushuaia is the world's most southern point, and that's where the port is. And the ship goes to Antarctica from Ushuaia.
During the trip, we lived on the ship, and during the day, we normally have 2 excursions, one in the morning and one in the afternoon.
Normally, there are only few Japanese passengers on the board. My job is taking care of the Japanese passengers. Make sure they understand the daily schedules. Make sure they have a good time. So that's the main job I did on the ship. So in my first year, I had 2 Japanese passengers on the ship. And then on the first day of my work, I met them. My name is Shiho. I am your guide. And then they said to me, Are you the assistant, right? Can you introduce us to your boss? And then I said to them, I am your guide. I don't have my boss here. And then they said, Are you young girl? I am hoping this is not your first time on the ship, do you? And then I said to them, it's my first time working in Antarctica. It's my first time working in a ship. I felt so useless. On my first year, I couldn't answer much of the questions. I didn't know anything about the ship. I didn't know anything about Antarctica. And compared to other skilled staff members, I wasn't capable of much things. But one day, when I hula hooped in Antarctica, things changed. I remember the first place I did hula hooping in Antarctica, which was the site called Dorian Bay. The other experienced staff member told me it is up on the hill, and at the top of the hill it has a good flat area to do the hula hoop. So she said, take the hula hoop with you. So I did. It was so hard. I didn't know the site well, and I climbed up to the hill with the snow and carrying the 15 hula hoops with me. After about half an hour climbing up the hill, I saw the nice flat area. So I started to do hula hooping, and people joined me. My Japanese passenger saw me doing the hula hooping and said, What is this? And I said to her, They are hula hoops. I do the hoop dance. She said to me, This is a really good thing to do. I am proud of you. You represent Japan. You have to keep doing this. She totally changed. So what hula hoop brought me is confidence. This made me special. This made me myself. This made me happy. As you know, English is my second language, and I always feel I'm an alien overseas because of the language barrier. I probably still have this feeling, but when I do hula hooping, I feel there are no borders. I feel I connected with the people. I don't need language. I can be in a circle. So I ended up going to Antarctica for 7 seasons, which is 7 years in a row with about 30 trips. They hired me even though they have no Japanese passengers on the boat. So on the ship, I did interpreting work for the Japanese passengers. I drove the Zodiac. I helped around the ship. When we went to the site, I made sure the passengers didn't touch the penguins and gave them social distancing. And I learned hula hoop class, and I did the Happy Hoopy show. This was not existing role, but I created the role and it worked well. People loved this. People love smiling and laughing with hula hooping. If I didn't hula hoop, I wouldn't have been asked back to Antarctica to work for 7 seasons, for 7 years. I appreciate this ring has a magical power. It always gives happiness, smiles, and laugh to the people, including me. So if you never try my Happy Hoopy time, I hope you're gonna join me hula hooping next time. That is all about today. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Thank you! またね! What is your favorite part in Antarctica?
Sledding, hula hooping, and night on the ice. Sledding, hula hooping, sledding, and seeing the penguins.